making a gamble at the very end could be something that gets you out of a really bad situation. But
Yeah.
sometimes those risks don't pay off, and you've gotta fall to 4th place here at the Voter Bash finale.
Yeah, I mean, not a bad place by any stretch of the imagination. But again, Losers Finals is underway. Cheesy and Darai, these two have faced so many times. It's just, they know each other's habits to a T. And we see some of that at the start here, just Darai following Cheesy's DI so well. Gets her off stage, breaks the pillar with that needle as well. I mean, resources are back, but you're a down tilt up strong away from the first stock on. Or, you know, just parry the raw down B.
Parry the down B, or maybe that was the dash attack. Either way, Cheesy's offense getting shut down, and a parry down strong sets up Darai to look real good in this game number 1 and continuing to push the gas pedal.
I mean,
just getting resources back.
The terrifying thing about facing rando is you don't want to go into these, you know, needles into fair off stage. But if you hold in, Darai is totally able to react to that. He's totally confident in his ability to get these, you know, early percent combos. And what ends up happening is you just take 50 and you end up off stage anyway. So that's what we've been seeing here in this first game. Cheesy, you know, close to losing her second stock here. Oh, the platform! The platform moves away at just the right moment, gives Cheesy another shot at life, but you're still at 150.
Gonna get sent all the way to the other side of the stage too, pressuring the pillar. No pillar remaining. No anything remaining. And great trade there on the part of Darai, but as much as Cheesy tried, she was not able to survive the final back air killing from across stage.
And again, the parry on that down B. Full poison stacks, just gonna take the damage. Try goes for a up B wall jump there, but it doesn't even matter. You get, you know, 90% from this opening, and it's still going. Cheesy off stage once again. Really clean setup. No pillar means you gotta make it back to stage with some kind of a Hail Mary attempt, but I think this is all she wrote. Fantastic needle boost there. Closes out the first game for Darai.
That's like how you draw it up. I don't know what else to say about edge guards like those, Bio, because it's just the perfect type of flowchart. Force Cheesy, into specific routes to get to the wall.
My crack's pretty nice. I appreciate it.
True. I have witnessed and been a victim to it.
All right, game number 2 underway. And, you know, like you said, Darai, he's able to put up that clean of an edge guard because, again, these two have played so much that he's been forced to learn just how to optimally take care of Cheesy. Because if you let Cheesy go to her safe spot off stage, it's not going to end well for you. And right now, Cheesy just kind of playing strong on stage, actually catching Darai with some of these just raw down Bs, saying, all right, you're going to try and dash at me. You're going to get impatient. Even after Darai was able to parry those in the first game, Cheesy says, I think you're going to expect me to do something different, but I'm going to do the same thing 3 times in a row, and you'll never see it coming. And it's resulted in this early lead here for Cheesy. Darai actually tries to parry it that time, but it's too far away.
These are the type of plays that you get when 2 players know each other so well, and you catch him off guard. The step back into that down B, setting up for some solid damage. Just Cheesy, it's now her turn to kind of lay on the pressure, lay on so much damage and snowball pretty hard. The Nair hit big hitbox, slightly disjointed, can give Rano a real hard time, but not still the up air into up strong on the platform for Darai to minimize the damage.
We've seen a little bit of down B now. Just a little bit. That's been like the last 5 options Cheese has gone for. But I mean, she hasn't really gotten punished for it to any significant degree. And like, just landing down B on the platform, why not? We're gonna have to see what Darai has to say about it. I mean, he's getting a lot of hits in, but Cheesy has a full stock to work with. Good DI out on that down, so it means no up strong gonna connect. But again, Darai on these edge guards, it's, you know, you can't afford to go off stage versus this man.
The awkward hit of that up strong, setting up for another offstage play. Both of these 2 characters blowing each other up, both of these 2 players blowing each other up for many offstage games and positions.
No charge there on the down strong means Darai is still living. Has another shot. Waveline's back on, but Cheesy catches it. Still alive, though. These side blast zones of Blazing just being Darai's saving grace right now. And this could absolutely, still... Darai could close this out. It's still within their own possibility, but parry down strong means we have another game 3 on our hands with 1 game apiece. Maybe a game 5. Maybe. Potentially. How they're playing.
It's heading into a pretty solid direction to do so. If that game 2 is any indication, Cheesy has not only the mettle to keep up with Darai with how hot both of them have been playing, but the mettle to surpass, even to get a run back up against Soul Rival, but Tempest is going to help Darai survive just a little bit longer. Or help Cheesy survive just a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's an interesting pick from Darai because, you've gotten so much mileage off of being able to eliminate Cheesy when she goes for the, for the wall recoveries, the low wall pillars. But having that platform there gives her a couple more options on how she wants to get back. Now, Darai is solidly in the lead right now, but we could see that come into play later in the game.
Chase from underneath. Rano gets so much off of these Tempest platforms. Like the further mix-ups that you gain, the ability to land and change up your recovery so seamlessly. Like so. You just don't have to interact with Crag, theoretically, in order to get your resources back sometimes, and just moments like those can pay massive dividends throughout a game.
Yeah, I mean, that's I guess the trade-off as well, is giving yourself more recovery mix-ups. You don't have to just deal with the down B at ledge. Also just giving yourself a platform to go for, offstage fairs.
Like so.
Speaking of...
Oh, wow, the reversal from Darai off of the dive, barely whiffing on the forward air, and you make up for it off of the Angel platform, but Cheesy in a definite hole, as Darai is in a playground of mobility here. Missing the edge cancel, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, Cheesy off stage. Again, Darai can't really afford to just jump down there like he usually does, but that really hasn't deterred him from taking advantage on stage. And again, when Darai, has movement like this, especially off platforms like you see right there, you're able to find so many more openings because those platforms are low to the ground, so it allows you to be extra tricky with your movement.
Boss that's up with things like up tilt cut, sweeping the whole platform and providing so much coverage. The down strong there from Cheesy is looking super nice, but that sweep into the tech chase up strong seals game 2 for Darai in a pretty solid back and forth battle with both of these two kind of letting each other cook the other a little bit, going to the Frozen Fortress.
Now, with this stage, there's not really any mix-ups for Darai at the side of the stage because those side platforms are really high up and they're inward as well. So he's going to have to get through the down B wall if he ever gets knocked off like he is right here. But Cheesy actually opting for a forward air instead, trying to get like an aggressive read on Darai going up high.
Coverage with the Nair's Queen, the coverage back and forth. I love that extra hold off from Cheesy and into the double jump, back air, back on. Now we're really in any sort of scramble situation, and generally speaking, scrambles are going to favor Crag despite the bubble save there, letting Darai hold on to this disadvantage for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean,
just a touch.
When you're a heavy character, you don't mind raiding. You take those any day of the week.
Soak those hits as many as needed in order to find the W after, but the Nair clashing with Rob, putting Cheesy in a little bit behind the 8-ball, but these high platforms, easy enough for Crag to get to with a high enough pillar into immediate jump off, but that low pillar just gonna hang out there for a little bit.
A little bit of spaghetti, just raw strong attacks. I mean, this is losers finals. Winner of this gets, to make it to grands, which you always want. Darai is ahead in games, but is behind in this game, and this is, Cheesy's tournament life that she's playing with right now. So definitely a little bit understandable. 184, not dead at the side of the stage. Good text to make it back on. Now Darai is in a bad situation. Just going to try and go for the shards. This should be a free one for Cheesy, but no, the bubble recovery from Darai means he makes it back on. It's still going here.
Just keeps on going into the parry on that fastball landing. Nice awareness from Darai, and then setting up the bubble yet again. Flicking his way back to center. And Rano can snowball pretty quickly, but the parry, knowing that Darai was going to get a little bit desperate there, wants to make up the damage, lost the stock for it.
Every single time Cheesy gets a parry at 0, she goes for just a full charge strong attack. And I mean, it's her thing, it's her style. But like, you gotta think of what more you can get off of that. Because if you you only take the 18, it's like a reset. You're basically resetting your opponent. Now Darai is able to get 50% and able to maintain, or able to, kind of claw his way back into this game.
What's combo expressiveness to a
Hit
really
hard.
really strong smash, the strong attack? Like, that's why it's their name. It's in the name. Come on.
But yeah, parry down strong means Darai, still in a pretty bad position, but has a chance to close out this set on the game 4.
It's so hard to play last stock scenarios with both of these characters, honestly. Rano can just smother you for an entire stock, or Cheesy gets to land one straight fair or up air there, looking for it, but the parry into up strong that time seals the fate of Darai and brings us to a game 5.
Can you believe it? We finally arrived, and what a good set to arrive at. Darai versus Cheesy, game number 5. Loser gets 3rd place, winner advances to grand finals, and we're going to Air Armada. I mean, if you want to talk about swingy stages and how fast things can change, this is the best example I can think of.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole lot to exploit, slightly different ways to orient yourself, especially with underneath the stage just being a thing that you have to worry about, and the only stage that you have to worry about that. But these platforms can offer so much for Rano, and I can understand why Darai is looking for exactly something like this.
And I believe Darai won the FD game as well, and this is kind of a semi-final destination, semi-abyss, because you have these really tall top platforms, and a lot of neutral can just be on the ground. But no, Cheesy actually just deciding to make a little happy camp up there, and it's working out really well for her.
I'm trying to think of a pun with endless abyss, like endless above this, maybe.
Work in progress. Work in progress.
Yeah, we'll figure it out in a little bit. Still cooking here with all these noodles.
There needs to be a noodle Rano skin.
Oh my god, please let him cook.
Alright, Darai finds the opening. No connection with the back air. I mean, they're both swinging and missing, but Darai just able to find these openings more often than Cheesy. And so now Cheesy off stage. Such a crucial up tilt. Able to, I mean, not actually able to make it back on the stage. I think you have another pillar. But no pillar, but makes it to the other side of the stage. Neutral in my rivals of Aether.
Today we shall move. Dropping that edge guard is so tough for Darai, though. Like you got a ton of damage here, and you're absolutely in down tilt up strong percentages. Or just a raw back air, maybe catching Cheesy dashing away.
Cheesy wanted to DI into the rock, but just a little bit too late there. So now, stock lead for Darai. Cheesy off stage. Darai not going for anything too crazy. Again, willing to wait this out. Has the lead, has poison stacks on Cheesy, and every move Cheesy does just racks up a little bit more percent. Might actually lap her here. Off stage, on the pillar. Yeah, I mean, you hit one of those bears and the game's done, but parry forward strong. It's possible. Don't count Cheesy out just yet. Oh, all right, gets the rock set up, no follow-up afterwards, so only 20 on it. Right. Good parry means the rock goes back, and now Cheesy's up high. You gotta look out for this back air, but down tilt up strong. It's as classic as you can get. It is the Rano bread and butter, and it's what gets Darai to loser's side grand finals.